Hi, in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to use increment and decrement operators. I'll also be teaching you how to use while and do while loops. Loops are useful because sometimes that you want to run or make multiple syntax but they are the same thing. Instead of doing that, you can use loop. You can type it once and then you tell the loop how many times you want to run that same syntax. And it's pretty neat and it saves you time from typing the same syntax over and over again. But first, we're going to learn how to use increment and decrement operators because increment operators or decrement operators will be useful in the while loop, and it's really necessary to add it in the while loop. So let's make it a variable so we can demonstrate those operators. Let's say that I want to add 1 and 7. Instead of typing 7 plus 1, we can simply type plus plus a. And remember, this a is from my variable, and 7 is a value for a. So you just add plus plus a, which is equivalent to 7 plus 1, and it'll be 8. And this right here is called pre-increment operator. Now let's output that line so the user can see that. Save. Alright, the answer will be 8. And that's right. Adding 1, and then it'll be 8. Alright, let's say I want to do this in this kind of way. And this right here is called post increment. Post mean it'll show the variable value, and after that it will increment 1, like plus 1. I'll show you what I mean by showing the display first. Like if I did here a plus plus, I sh it says plus 1, but see what happens though. Remember, this is 7. Alright, this is 7. The reason why it's still 7 is because the program reads from left to right. If we see A's first, if we see A first, I mean, then it'll display the value for 7 first. And after it display, then it'll increment it to A. And I'll be showing you with another one. A plus, okay. Save, and this right here should be 8. 7, it'll increment, and it'll be 8. Post, this right here, we use this mostly for the while loop and do while loops. And same for loop, which I'll be teaching you guys about that next tutorial. Alright, now let's do minus minus a, meaning uh, pre-decrement uh, operator. I should get 6, and then 6 again over here. Six, 6. Alright. Let's say that we're going to do a post-decrement operator. Then it should be it should be saying 6, no, not 6, 7, then 6. Remember, whatever display first, it'll be decrementing after it got display, and it'll be shown over here. Alright, let's Java see that. Java 7 to 6. Alright, we're done with increment and decrement operators. Now let's do while loops. Alright, first off, we need a variable for our while loop so it knows when to stop and start. So we're going to start at the 0. 0 is like 1, remember. We count 0 as 1 in reality. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Be I. Let's run it 5 times. Less than 5. Alright, what I did here, uh, this right here can go all the way up to 4. But in reality, it has 5 integers. Remember, we count as 0. It'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll stop there. But if we count it, it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I mean by all that. And now let's run that code. Or not that. Let's run inside the code. Make sure you have your curly braces, like one here and here. Whatever you type here will be run. Yeah, will be running 5 times. Let's have I. So we'll display the number. And make sure you have your same variable from here. Make sure you increment it. So like the reason why we have this because once it gets done with the code, like the loop starts at 0. Once you get done with the code, it will increment it to the next level, which will be 1. And it goes all the way up to 4 and then stop. If you don't have that, then your program will be running infinite amount of zeros that it'll be displaying. Because right now I'm displaying the numbers only, which will be the numbers. You save that and JavaFX and Java tutorial. Alright, see? We start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said before, we count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is really 5 integers. Alright, let's make it more complicated. Instead of showing numbers, let's ask the users to input like the amount of money that the employee made in their jobs. So we're going to use scanner inputs. So let's make a scanner variable. Then let's make an integer pay because I know for sure we're going to use over $128. So we're going to use int pay and we use total because we're going to ask the users the amount of money that 5 employees. Remember, we're going to run it 5 times. We're going to ask the users. Oh yeah, make sure. Yeah, make sure. We're going to ask the users to input 5 employees. And make sure you input total of 0 because it'll be the accumulator. And you'll see once I get done with this really. So let's say employee number £, and then you send it with not a semicolon, a quotation, double quotes, and +1, and do an index. But if I do index, and then it'll be saying employee number 0. Remember this right here? We don't want that. Instead of 0, let's add 1. It's 1. But this won't make sense to the operator or the computer or Java. To make this more sensible, or I don't know if that was a word, but let's make a parentheses over them. If you're familiar with pandas, then you'll be familiar with this. Whatever goes in parentheses goes first. So basically, we're adding 1 to 0. It'll be saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 0 plus 1 equals 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2, etc. Then make sure to make it look like the user is really entering the amount of money. Let's add the $sign. Alright, then we use the pay variable and then use a keyboard input variable. Next, int. Now use the accumulator. Total plus equals pay. Remember from the last tutorial, this right here really means total equals total plus pay. Remember, the old value for this is 0. Once you get done with the first loop, which is 0 loop, whoever the user input for the number of pay that the employee earned, then it will start adding up to this total. Then once you get to the next loop, it will override it. Once you get done with the loop, then it will override the whole sum of the employees, and then you'll get the answer from outputting outside the loop. The reason why we're going to output it outside the loop is because we don't really want to show the total like 5 times. Instead, let's do it once. So this right here is a neat feature. So print right here, so we'll make a new line. Right here, yeah, that'll be a new line, be good. Alright. Java C, Java tutorial. Alright, let's add some value to this. 70,000, 5,000, $1. Let's do $0. Alright, see? You see the total? Wait, not the total. The amount the 5 employees earned, and it'll calculate the sum for the whole 5 employees. I would make it better and add another $sign here, but I'm here to save time because of YouTube limits. So, alright. Well, now let's do the do while loop. It's so similar to while loop. Instead, in do loop, you just flip this around. Copy and paste this right here. Then delete this and just type in do. Alright, so basically we're telling the computer to do this code, and then we're going to tell it to run it 5 times. Save that. Java C that. Oh yeah, make sure you close off a semicolon because it's not up here anymore. Clear screen. Java C, no errors, good. Alright. Alright. You get each employee's the amount of money they earn, and then we calculate the sum, which is 65,152. Alright, well this concludes my tutorial over increment and decrement operators, and also while and do while loops. Thanks for watching.